Hey all, today I will be talking about a topic related to biology. That is the individuals that discover the structure of the DNA and the journey that made to accomplish it. Meet James Watson and Francis Crick. James Watson was an American born on April 6, 1928, in Chicago, Illinois, United States. As an only son, he liked birdwatching with his dad and considered majoring in ornithology, but would later change his mind to studying genetics after reading Erwin Schrödinger's book What is Life in 1946. He finished his degree at the University of Chicago in 1947 and later finished his PhD at the Indiana University in 1950. After having an interest in molecular biology, it led him to Cambridge. There, he would meet Francis Crick. Francis Crick was born on June 8, 1916 in Weston Favell, Northamptonshire, England, UK. A physicist that had worked on the design for magnetic and acoustic mines during World War II, switching to biology in 1947. He began working at the Cavendish Laboratories Medical Research Council Division in Cambridge in 1949. Crick was a smart man. He had no knowledge prior in biology and organic chemistry and had to learn it by himself. The two of them hit off pretty well despite having different personality, as both of them had the same passion to solve the structure of the DNA. At that time, Maurice Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin, both working at King's College London, were using X-ray diffraction to study the DNA. Crick and Watson used the X-ray pictures taken from Franklin in their own research. Their first attempt for the model of the DNA structure back in 1951 introduced the DNA having a helix with 3 phosphate chains on the inside and the bases sticking out. The model was dismissed by Franklin. This became an embarrassment for Watson and Crick, but they had not given up just yet. In 1953, James Watson obtained an X-ray picture taken by Franklin from Wilkins in his office. The picture shown of the DNA was in fact a helix, a double helix at that. Around the same time, Francis Crick was shown on a report about Franklin's work about the symmetry of the DNA. Crick made an insight that the double chains had to run in opposite direction, which led him to a conclusion that the base pairs are inside while the sugar phosphate backbones are on the outside. With the knowledge, Watson started building the model for the DNA. The DNA model he made involved the base pair pairing like adenine with adenine, thymine with thymine, and so on. Watson assumed that was how the DNA structure looks like, but a colleague of his told him that the pairing is impossible. Crick also mentions that the model did not take account that the base adenine and thymine have the same amount and guanine and cytosine having the same amount as well. With that knowledge, Watson tried to make another model again, this time using cardboard cutouts representing the individual chemical components of the 4 bases and other nucleotide subunits. Watson started to try a different atomic configuration. The complementary bases fitted together perfectly, A with T and C with G, with each pair held together by hydrogen bonds. This time, Crick and Watson were able to put together an accurate model of the DNA structure. The model used a twisting double helix shape. The structure was revealed throughout the public via publishing papers, and the models of the DNA was observed by many biologists. In the aftermath of the discovery, Watson, Crick, and Wilkins shared the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1962. Despite performing some of the most important experiments, Franklin passed away in 1958, so the award could not be accepted in her honor. For their work, Crick and Watson each won a large number of additional honors and prizes. Francis Crick continued to work in genetics and then moved into brain research, becoming a professor at the Salk Institute for Biological Studies in California. He later died on 28 July 2004. From 1988 to 1992, James Watson directed the Human Genome Project at the American National Institute of Health. He was instrumental in obtaining funding for the project and encouraged cooperation between governments and leading scientists. So, what have we learned, folks? The discovery about the structure of DNA involves a lot of trial and errors for Watson and Crick, but they did not give up and keep on going until the solution have been made. That is all for now, and I will see you next time.